If you like what you see in this video, members actually got an early look into not only this video, but also how I apply my water slide decal. So check it out with a join button down below. Hello there and welcome to a later recording than usual because, like I said, members did get a look at the actual application process, but today we're going to be taking a look at some Grinch minifigures that I made completely with not only my own 3D printer, but also all these decals are my own design and are available for any of you to download the high quality images over on the members Discord. But what minifigures, you may ask? Well, you seriously can't expect me to do this video without the Grinch himself. I'm going to say it, this is to date my best custom minifigure, decal, sticker, the lot. We have those recolored Chewbacca legs in the 3 different shades of green. I switched up the shade of green for the leg and feel like it should be more of a Lego green than a lime green that I did use to make these decals, but it's an easy color swap if you did also want to make that change with some dark green accents, which, like I said, are the Chewbacca legs over from Star Wars, perfect for the Grinch minifigure. I could have used Lego Santa design, but the torso wasn't really anything like the Grinch's torso. We had to have a load more belt buckles that do go round to the back, and from the back it probably doesn't look too different from your Lego Santa minifigure, or at least the one on the Builder minifigure station at the minute. The big difference is that the white puffy cloud-like texture, I guess it's just the fur of the jacket, goes up the middle of the torso, and I couldn't find a Lego Santa torso that did it. So whilst we were changing it up, I meddled with the belt buckle, had it on the opposite side to match Jim Carrey's Grinch, and then also just added a few other stylistic touches like the giant belly. There's marks top and bottom, above and below the belt, which just give it that 3D look without having to come out the torso and use a bit of play for the belly. As for the head, members will see 2 heads. One of the faces did actually wear off earlier and I didn't really like it as much, so I'm not fussed about putting it back on, but there are 2 different faces for the decals. You have this enormous Jim Carrey grin, and then there's also another one where the Grinch is almost pouting his lips, and then we've topped it off with the Santa hat. I didn't feel like there was another Lego piece that could do the Grinch's little tuft of hair at the top, so rather than leaving it empty, we've done the Santa costume for Grinch. But typically we go with 3 minifigures. There is spots enough for 3 minifigures on this display to the left. So Grinch is only minifigure 1, but the display is simple. This time we are just going with a Lego and Grinch logo. This is the nicest of the Grinch logos I could find. And the minifigures do indeed, because we haven't painted in the legs of these, they do go onto the studs, which we cannot say the same about last week's Transformer minifigures, but we will be taking a quick look at all the other Mouldie makes minifigures towards the end of this video. I wonder how many of you can actually guess the 3 minifigures I will be showing, because the second one, revealed in 3, 2, 1, is Cindy Lou, which I feel like is probably the next minifigure that makes sense next to the Grinch. Obviously a big part of the story, and thankfully a really simple minifigure to make. We've got those short red legs, which if you are new to the Mouldie Make series, we are 3D printing all of these on white minifigures. Really helpful having picked up some clear water slide paper, but we've only got the torso decal and the head decal, which I'll get more onto the head decal later on in this video because it does pop back up. But the torso decal is meant to represent the red cloak she wears over that cross design dress, I think it is, which has been recreated in 3 colors: light bluish gray, white and black, though I'm sure on the camera you can probably only see white and black markings. But we've also got the 2 little fluffy balls as well that are holding the cloak together, and again the exact same design as on the top of the Grinch. If we can reuse it, there's no point trying to redesign it. It will make it look a little off. So I'm really happy with how this minifigure has come out, and you've seen it. You've probably been thinking about it the last couple of minutes. That hair piece, it's printed as one piece, but it's actually two different pieces. We've got the pigtails, which have been used a few different times. I don't think in this color, but they have seen a fair use across different Lego sets and builds. And then I've used a party hat to go in the center hole as well, which I think gets the shape of it really well. Colored them all the same color so it didn't look like a party hat, but you could still tell we've used the two different Lego pieces. It's just like a regular connection in there. And I think it's turned out really well to represent the different Whovians and the different appearance, because the minifigures we've used so far don't have any of the long noses or the other features that we see with the other characters. And this is your last chance to guess the third and final minifigure of the three. This is Martha May, or just Martha, I suppose. And I did want to go with a skirt piece, one of those dress pieces we see for Dumbledore and over in Star Wars for characters like Leia, Morgan, Elsbeth, and I'm sure there are a load I'm missing out. But I did end up 3D printing legs, and I didn't actually realize until I was painting them that I wanted the skirt piece instead. They both do work, but you can definitely switch it out for just a black official Lego skirt or dress piece. I'd love to see something like with Friends, where they used to have the piece that went over the legs. If we could have something like that in Lego, almost like a Karma, I guess, but we all know Lego aren't big fans of making them. But then we've got the decal on the torso, front and back, quite simple on the back, but all the detail is on the front to represent the dress. I ummed and ahed about giving dual painted arms to represent the long red gloves, but I thought if we go in with the red torso, the red arms would also work. So let me know what your thoughts are about that down in the comments. And we've got the Princess Leia on Endor, or the Lieutenant Connix hairpiece, which I know has been used elsewhere, but you can see the hole that the party hat has been stuck in for Cindy over here. And this face here is actually paired up with the decals with Cindy's face, until I saw, I think it was like a Reddit post whilst doing some research for this, but I never realized how alike these two characters are. And I think it is because they don't share many of the common Whoville characters. So the faces for both of these are the exact same. Now you can still print two of the decals. Each decal comes with one of each of these faces, so you can have a dual-sided head. But as I'm only making these two here, and I'm not planning on swapping around the faces anytime soon or playing with these, I might use these in a future mock. Perhaps next year we can have a build to go with them. I just decided to print the one decal, and like I said, unlike last week, we're able to secure these nicely to the base, and I think now's a great time to show you all the other ones I have made. So we might be 6 weeks into Mouldie makes, but we're only actually 3 weeks into using water slide decals. Starting off with Arcane, you can see this was the first decal I ever put on, which is really, really nice. But since then, I have switched to the white background, so you can't tell there are any cracks or that. But I really threw myself in the deep end with these Arcane minifigures. I can't show you everything, but there is a lot of arm printing, skirt printing, legs, side of the leg printing, and pretty much every angle is covered. Compared to even the Grinch, the only leg prints are on the Grinch, no side of the leg, no arm printing. And even with the Transformers, I picked dual painted arms over trying to decal them. And the Grinch isn't our first seasonal minifigures, as they were beaten by Halloween and Nightmare Before Christmas. Technically somewhat Christmas themed. There's a lot less than 39 days now. Wicked definitely has the most display. There's definitely a lot going on there, and Wednesday started it all. But these have all been put together with 3D printed minifigures and stickers as opposed to water slide decals. So perhaps we can revisit them sometime soon. But before we wrap up the video, one last time, members do get a behind the scenes look at how I apply the decals. And I must say, I'm definitely getting better. In fact, I'm feeling so confident that I might even move on to Star Wars minifigures sooner than we think. So there you have it, the 3 Grinch minifigures that I put together today. But if the Grinch is stealing Christmas which 3 minifigures from any Christmas themed movie or just general content would you choose to save Christmas up against the Grinch? Let me know down in the comments, and be sure to drop a like if you did enjoy this video. Check out the playlist on screen now of all my other Mouldie mates, and I'm not going to stop anytime soon, so that's just going to keep on getting filled. Definitely bookmark it if you do want to keep watching, and thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. May the bricks be with you always.